Hello everyone, my name's James and today's my first tutorial and I'll be showing you how to use layer masks. So I've achieved this image here just by using layer masks and the one paintbrush tool that I've used, literally just a little splotch. And I've achieved this image just by using 3 other images. So we've got a very grassy field with a nice sky we could use. I've also got a nice cloudy sky we can blend, and I've got a pond. And I've achieved this image. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to recreate what I've done here firsthand. So first I would want to grab this image here, and I would want to hold down Ctrl C, open a new with Ctrl N, hit enter, and Ctrl V. So that's just pasting it over to a new PSD document. Next I will be going over to the sky, and I'll be copying over the sky, putting it into another layer. So what we want to do is position where the sky we'd want it to be, which of course would be in the sky. So we're going to position it around here. It doesn't have to be exact. We need a reasonable size. It's all about perspective and sizing. And now we got that in place, we would want to go and click on the layer mask, which is down here, or add vector mask. I call it layer mask because it's just more traditionally known as that. Alright, now that we've actually got a layer mask in place, we just got to take the brush tool, make sure you have black is selected. And now what we're going to do is just paint over, and you can see that we're actually making it more opaque, more opacity as we go along, and we're blending it into the sky itself. Like so. Looks pretty nice, but we've got to take note that we don't want the trees in the sky. So shrink the brush tool using the square brackets near the enter key. You can probably hear the weird noises in my windows, I'm sorry about that. And just make sure you paint over it black, because this will erase the sky texture which is over the grass. So take note where these are. Add some splotches. Make it look rather nice. What I like to do with this layer mask here, I take the brush tool, I make it really big. And because I've used a smooth brush tool, which is preferred when you're blending with a layer mask, I use the very edge of the brush just to clean up. So like so. Just so you get a nice blend in the sky. And there we go. Alright, next we're going to take this pond over here, select it, Ctrl C, go over, make a new layer here, and hit Ctrl V. Now, we would want the pond itself, like the edge of the pond, around here-ish. Make sure we position it okay. That'll do fine. And press enter to confirm your transformation. And now we're going to make another layer mask over here. Oh, not another layer, a layer mask. And then we want to get the black brush tool, make sure it's smooth brush, and then paint over it like so. Of course, get rid of the housing and all this, because that is part of the pond's layer. We don't want that in our final image. Now I'm going to use the big brush tool, make sure everything's nice and smooth. And there we go. Alright. Now, another issue we have here is a little add-on to this tutorial, is that the pond's grass texture is not similar to the grass texture in the first layer where we have here. So what I do is that I go onto the layer mask here, I make sure everything is painted black, because as you can see when I hold down Alt and click on the layer mask here, I would want only this to be white, not everything else, because it just makes my selection a lot easier, so just paint over this. Like so, and then click on the wand tool. Actually no, what we can do is just hold down Control and click on the thumbnail. So just click here, and there we go, we got it selected. So we just hold down Alt and click to get off that layer mask thumbnail view. And then click on the half circle here, which is next to the layer mask. And then go over to brightness and contrast. So this will allow us to brighten and darken the grass using the contrast and the brightness. And there we go, that looks pretty good. whenever they'll mess around with the brightness and all that stuff. Make sure you get a nice feel for the use of brightness and contrast. And also with this, because it's actually given you a layer mask already, you can actually mess around with the paintbrush tool and use it anywhere else you feel like. So let's just select it to white so we can actually add on to it, and it makes everything else look crazy. But of course we don't want that happening. I'm just showing you that you can do that. So there we go, we zoom in and it looks like, it looks pretty legit to me. I mean, it looks pretty real. I would never guess this was actually photoshopped. Looks pretty dang cool. And what's really cool with this, we can actually select both the brightness and contrast along with layer 3 just by holding down Control and selecting both these layers. Press Control T for transform and we can just move them over. Like so. You can move it and position it however you want. Of course, if you move it anywhere to the right, you'd want to get rid of these houses using the brush tool on the layer mask. And there we go. Hey, it looks pretty good to me. Alright, and that is the image. That's the final image. It looks somewhat identical to my last try. And there we go. Also, what I'm going to teach is that little last blotch and also the vibrance tool. It's a little add-on that you can do if you want to go the extra mile. We can add the vibrance to the sky. I'll do it to the sky because, you know, why not? Actually, let's just copy over this layer mask here. So just Control click. And then we go to vibrance. Make the sky more colourful to match sort of like the pond. And there we go. Hey, that looks pretty good. Of course, we would want to lighten the pond up just a little bit. There we go. So we've got a bit more dead grass and mud. I'm actually very proud of this edit, I'm not gonna lie. And now we're gonna add that final blotch because now we need to identify where the sun is. What we can use the clouds for that. So identify where the bright point is in the sky, which is right here. And then just go onto the paintbrush tool, select like a very light yellow, like around here. Grow out your brush tool and just click. And then move over to blending options, and I tend to use like soft light or pin light maybe. Gives you a nice sun to work with. It's very good. I'll go with like a nice soft light, it's more subtle for this sort of picture. You can see what it looks like without it. And there we go. So that's my first tutorial of how to use layer masks for blending purposes. And thank you very much for watching. See you guys later.